we're going to all have to see it again. Whatever it is, you're going to have to see it again. My grandmother used to always tell stories. Grandmas tell stories. And they didn't make sense till I got married. But she would always tell the story of my grandfather and how he treated her. And even on the day of their divorce, he brought the woman he left her for to the divorce hearing, the finalization. Grandma would talk about how he opened the door for the lady and closed the door on her as they were walking out. She then, about 2-3 weeks later, met another man who she spent 15 years of her life with until he passed. But what was ironic was they divorced, my grandmother, in 1969. By 1972, my grandfather had unalived 2 people and attempted to unalive the woman he left my grandmother for. After an incident at the house that he bought her, the other woman. And my grandmother she always, after the divorce, she said he wanted her to lose their house. They had 2 girls, and she said, I was not going to lose it. He went and bought the other woman a house. You know how that thing goes. And she had 2 girls, and he unalived them. The woman lived. My grandfather spent 12 years in prison after that. I met him. I was 5 when he got home. He died shortly after. At least he came home. They weren't together, but he came home. And my mother, my biological mother, asked him, and I was young, I didn't understand. She said, Daddy, was it worth it? He said, no, baby, it wasn't worth it. Years later, on a midnight shift, I was working for my very first agency. The woman lived in that town. That was the town where he bought the house, where he shot them and everything. For respect, I won't disclose it, of course. But I went on a late night run, because we always did late night runs at the Walgreens when we worked overnight. And I went on a late night run. My name tag, of course, was on my uniform by my badge. And the woman at the counter was the woman who my granddaddy left my grandmother for, who he shot. She had to live the remainder of her life. This happened in 1972, okay? So she lived, this was probably 2006, 7, somewhere like that, no more than 8.